Hi, my name is Olivia Carpenter, and today I'm going to be talking about my text set for Read 314. So, just an overview of my text set. I chose to do a science base for my text set. I chose this because I felt like there were many different vocabulary words that I could use, and these vocab words will also follow the children throughout school. I am also interested in science, so I thought this could be a good way to tie in both subjects. And this set includes an anchor text about ecosystems and 6 supporting texts about it. So my essential question is, how do all ecosystems work together to make the world function? There are many different factors that play into ecosystems, such as what lives there and what do each provide to the earth. And this question does not have one specific answer, since there are many different factors that play into each ecosystem. So what are the texts that I used? So my anchor text is called Ecosystems, and it is by William B. Rice. Looking at Layers, Looking into the Rainforest by Emma Huddleston. Island in the Salish Sea by Cheryl McFarlane. Our Natural Resources by Jennifer Pryor. Desert Determination by Bill Yu. Backyard Habitats by Bobby Cowman and Kelly McCauley, and A Planet Called Home, Eco Pigs Animal Protection by Lisa French. And these are all different genres, either nonfiction or fiction. So the essential vocab I picked out from my first text was rainforest, planet, marine, energy, desert, and habitat. So some of my favorite sections. For some of my favorite sections, I picked 2 of the certain books or stories that I picked. The first one I picked was Desert Determination, and I picked this because this is a story about friends who go exploring in the desert and get lost, and they have to figure out their way through the desert. This is also a fictional story, so I thought it would be a cool way to tie in more child-oriented text other than just straight facts, other than the nonfiction. I like this story because it was set up in a comic book fashion, so there was a lot of prints and illustrations done throughout this book, and all the characters use like text bubbles for what they were saying. I thought it was also fun and intriguing for the children because it was like a problem-solving book. So it gave them ideas of what was in the desert and how to go around it and how these friends got out of the desert. The next one I picked was Backyard Habitats, and I thought this was a fun way for children to learn about the habitats around them. This book explains how plants make food, what animals could potentially live in their backyards, and also a bit about the seasons and what comes in each season. This is a book that also has a lot of pictures, so I thought it was a fun way for children to better understand their world around them, especially if they're learning about the animals in their backyard. I thought it would be an interesting topic for them. Next is the Instructional Strategies. So the strategies I used for vocabulary, I chose to do a note card for a preview of what is vocab is to come activity. So in this, I was going to have the students, I was going to give the students their note cards with the words that they will be expecting, have them talk about what they think they mean, and then look them up, have the actual definition, and then put the definition in their own words. And then also a matching game of the vocabulary words in the text. And then fluency, I did the anaphonal reading. So students will be in groups and assigned sections to read out loud by group. Character reading, students will get the chance to read in character voices. And for comprehension, I chose a beach ball activity and a sticky note activity. I went in the more fun and interactive route for the comprehension. So some of my favorite strategies that I picked. For vocabulary, I picked the matching game as my favorite activity because I felt this was a way for the students to be interactive and I also have a little fun with it. And this could also serve as an assessment for the teacher to understand where the students are at in their vocabulary knowledge of this specific set of words. For fluency, I picked the character reading, and I picked this because I thought it could be a fun way for students to incorporate fluency development while also enjoying reading. So for this activity, the students can make up voices for the characters in the story and use them as they read aloud. For example, one of my stories includes many different animals, such as like a pig, a polar bear, a fox, so they could all have different voices, and I figured this would just be a fun way for them to enjoy reading the stories while also gaining knowledge and developing their fluency. And for comprehension, I picked the sticky note activity. Like I said before, the comprehension strategies I used were more interactive. So for this activity, students will be able to show their comprehension of the text by providing word or words that go along with the main ideas that they have read about. This activity not only helps aid in comprehension because the students are asked to recall what they have learned, but it also gives them a chance to get up and move around the room, so they're not just sitting in one seat all day getting bored or anxious. They can get up and move some of that energy out. And this could also serve as an assessment for the teacher because the teacher will be able to look at what words were put with what topics to see if the students are on track with their comprehension. And the way I would go about this activity is that I would have the teacher write out a poster of the main idea or like the main vocabulary words. For example, for one of the vocabulary words, say if we picked energy, the students could pick wind, and that would be an acceptable answer for energy because one of the books actually talks about wind energy. So that is all I have. So thank you, and all right.